decided to leave the semi-lightweight and made the decision to go into the lightweight division. 3 months after the hard fight with Ruelas, he fought Angel Manfredi, who was considered in the top 10 lightweights. Arturo did not have time to fully recover, which was to his detriment. In the 3rd round, Gotti was knocked down. During the fight, he missed too many blows and ended up being defeated early, when in the 8th round, a doctor stopped the fight because of damage to his left eye. In general, the fighters were equally matched. Therefore, given all circumstances, it was expected that Gotti would certainly prove himself in this new weight. Moreover, he was a favorite of the public. After the Angel Manfredi fight, Gotti decided to rest and prepare for his next fight 7 months later. August 22, 1998. The rival was Ivan Robinson, who 2 years earlier fought for the championship title with Philip Holliday and lost by a unanimous decision. And then lost again by knockout to the strong fighter Israel Cordon. Taking all this into account, Gotti went into the fight as the clear favorite. Arturo Gotti at the time was far from being the best fighter, but still a boxing star in his own right, and this became a huge motivation for Robinson. As Robinson recalled many years later, he entered this fight with a great desire to win and was in the best physical shape of his career.
And if he gets caught with that big punch from Gotti, it's going to be dangerous. Well, the right hand entering, scoring points, trying to begin and finish the exchanges and then get back out. He wants to go in and move away. There's a big punch though, Arturo Gotti early too. Ivan Robinson with it. But another storm in return from Robinson. Landed a right hand across the top. Oh, hard left hook by Gotti. Robinson's technique punching pretty good right now. This round reminds me a little bit of the 10th round of Bo Holyfield.
The first round was under control of Robinson. Gotti pressed ahead, but could not find a weakness. Robinson used his maneuverability and excellent jab to defend against Arturo's attacks, and quickly moved out of the danger zone.
Right now. He's going to grab down a little more before he can knock him out. Terrific right cross by Gotti.
In the second round, Robinson began to act bolder. He began to stand directly in front of Gotti and tried to suppress him by throwing a large number of blows with a high amount of accuracy. Although not surprising, as Arturo Gotti had always been a little weak in his defense.
Robinson giving as good as he's getting, and sometimes better. This requires no commentary. If you've ever seen boxing before. And now you're going to see Robinson answering later in the round. That big right uppercut looked about the hardest punch in the fight.
In the third round, the fight became noticeably tougher, but in general the picture didn't change much. Gotti was eager to land decisive blows, but this only led into desperate mistakes that Robinson took advantage of. As a result, Ivan Robinson, who was considered an obvious outsider before the fight, quite competently won the first 3 rounds, while Gotti displayed some of the worst boxing of his career. Gotti had one serious flaw, which manifested itself in this fight. After his unsuccessful attempts to attack Robinson, Gotti sometimes seemed to freeze and did not know what to do next, while enduring a hail of oncoming punches.
Robinson just targeting Gotti.
But sometimes boxing favors luck. In round 4, when the situation became critical, Gotti struck Robinson in the back of the head and knocked him down. The blow was not hard, but it was enough for Ivan so that he lost his balance. Gotti tried to build on this success, but his excessive desire probably led to further mistakes. Nonetheless, it seemed that Arturo had returned to the game. This knockdown frustrated the whole work that Robinson did and cost him as much as 3 points, since he would have won the 4th round if it weren't for the knockdown, and would have put him in the lead with the advantage of 4 points. Now, the difference was only 1 point, But Robinson had no time to pause as he repeated his successful strategy from earlier, which was to force his opponent to miss and punish him for those misses. The American won the next round, and he also opened a cut under Gotti's eye and caused swelling above it.
This is a tale at stake. So as we reach the end of round 5, we are coming to the halfway point in the bout. That makes the knockdown for Gotti in the last round. Oh, good right hand by Gotti, good left hand by Robinson. Both men still landing with great frequency.
Oh, good right hand by Robinson. Land a big shot on him. That's what he needs to do more with his head.
In the first 2 minutes of the 6th round, Gotti literally chased his opponent around the ring. However, when Arturo overtook him, he would run into a series of tough attacks. Still, these difficult efforts from Gotti seemed to bear fruit. His straightforward attacks eventually shocked Robinson, who fortunately had only 25 seconds left in the round. He held out, but because of Arturo's attacks, he lost the 6th round in points.
You can't walk into nothing big either, though, Jim.
So both men got close to scoring knockouts in round number 6.
However, Arturo failed to build further success, and in the 7th round he pressed again, but not as actively as before. Because of this, Robinson managed to keep his opponent out of his way.
They're throwing some big punches at one another now, Jim. They're throwing some big punches at one another now, Jim. Both guys looking for it.
Blood flowing from the tonight.
In round 8, Robinson may have decided to take a break, and Gotti took advantage of this by winning the round.
Well, you don't want to get ahead of yourself, but if you're Ivan Robinson, in the back of your mind, you got to be thinking 7 more minutes and I've won this fight.
Gotti liked that round. Every time he's landed some good
The
punches.
last couple of rounds, but it's late in a fight in which he is likely trailing on the score.
Gotti started the next round well, but then missed an incoming blow that definitely shocked him. Arturo recovered and even went on the counterattack, but in the end he lost this very important round.
Huge ninth round for Ivan Robinson, trying to finish Arturo Gotti off. Gotti wobbling, seemingly almost out on his feet. Watch him erupt with a big left hook here any minute. Command now, as we come down the stretch of the night.
Early in the round, Gotti getting wobbled by some of Robinson's stiff, straight punches. Right there.
Against good friend Ivan Robinson.
At the time of the final round, Gotti was down in points, so much so that he could only win the fight by knockout or by a series of knockdowns. But boxers do not know the score during the fight, and so both of them wanted to pick up the win for this final round. At first, Robinson looked a little better, but during one of his attacks he got a little carried away, and Gotti caught him with a precise blow.
Gotti again, 44 seconds to go. This would be the miracle of all miracles if he's able to pull it off. Robinson trying to hold. Gotti looking for one big.
However, the problem was that Gotti had almost no strength left, and he had failed to finish Robinson off. Ivan came to his senses. Just a few seconds before the end of the fight, Robinson stumbled, which provoked another attack from Gotti, but still this was not enough. As a result, Arturo Gotti lost in a fight in which he was predicted to win, and Ivan Robinson, in turn, invested all his moral and physical strength to his success, winning the hardest fight of his career. But the adventures of Robinson in 1998 did not end there. Less than 4 months later, a rematch was waiting for him.
Winner by split decision, mighty Ivan Robinson.
Ivan, the first thing you said to Gotti after the fight was
no rematch.
No rematch.
No rematch.
Why is that?
No. We just kidding. We'll do it again with Gotti if he want to do it again. He's a true champion. I want to thank Main Event. I want to thank Team Robinson for putting up with me for 8 weeks. And Gotti, you're a hell of a champion, baby.
Do you want a rematch?
Of course, whoever I fight, I want a rematch. It was a tough fight, and Ivan Robinson showed a lot, about good boxing skill. And yeah, definitely a rematch. Why not?
This is the world of boxing. Thank you for watching. Please press the like button and comment below, as well as subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any new episodes about legends of the past.